Welcome to the Bears on Tap Offensive Line Film Room, bringing you all 22 views and breakdowns on the Chicago Bears offensive line. Presented by Quentin Q. Crisco and the one and only Ron Luce.
You know, Ron, they said we were crazy. We were crazy to take on the NFL, but here we are. We are taking on Thursday Night Football to talk Chicago Bears offensive line. My name is Quentin Crisco. I am joined by Ron Luce. We are part of Bears on Tap, and this is our offensive line episode that we do every week to review what the Chicago Bears offensive line has looked like. And we get a little scheme talk, and there are a lot of run scheme talk. But Ron, how are you doing this evening?
Q, I'll tell you what, man, I'm doing great. People are probably wondering, Ron Luce, why are you typing in the middle of our show? I'm just making sure that everybody that follows us at Bears on Tap can find that we're live right now. Q, I'm doing good, man. I look, again, I tell you every single week, I look forward to this show. This is one of my favorite shows to do, not only just with the Bears and at Bears on Tap amongst our previews and our post-game shows, but also I think it's on Tap Sportsnet as a whole. Like this is up there for me. It's like this. And it's like Four Feathers, and it's like every other Bears show, and then it's like everything else that we do, man. It's one I look forward to, and I'm always doing well when I get to talk O-line with you, my friend.
Yeah, likewise. I mean, it's I've had a very busy week, and last night I was like, I don't think I can swing this show. So I'm glad that we were able to do it now, even if it means we have to take on the Goliath.
Nobody cares about the Chargers and Vikings anyway.
Yeah, it's not a good game anyway. Come over here and watch.
No, it's really not. The Chargers are what we call in the industry belt to ass right now on the Vikings. The Vikings have not looked good.
Vikings might just not be good.
Yeah,
if you've listened to me for the last year and a half, I've been saying this. I don't think their roster is all that good. I think they have two good receivers. They have two good offensive tackles, a really good head coach, and nice edge rushers. But outside of that, I really am not that impressed with their roster by any means. And that's still a fine roster, but
sure.
I don't know. I always get, and this is an O-line show, and we're going total opposite by this statement, but I get hung up on a team's cornerbacks. And when a team doesn't have good corners, I really am well, how are you going to stop these great receivers that are all over the NFL? And that's what I see with the Vikings. I'm you guys don't have cornerbacks who I feel good about. So I don't know how I can say your defense is going to be good, especially running all the man coverage they do. But I mean, Flores has made it work to this point, and that's kind of been the saving grace with that. But I don't know. I've always had some doubt.
100%. Flores is sicko and makes a lot of good shit happen on defense. Kevin O'Connell's a good head coach and helps run that offense, man. They are a well-coached football team, and that's why they're always competitive, because even when the roster is they do a lot of other good things well.
You know what's nice, though, Ron? For the first time in a long time, the Chicago Bears are a well-coached team with a good head coach. And let's get into some of that offense that we're seeing here. So this is just a grab bag of plays. I have graded all of these guys so far, but I don't have I didn't have a strong order for the plays or anything. These are just the ones that I found interesting that I pulled in chronological order. And this one, so Ron, I wanted to ask you about this one specifically.
Yeah,
because one, Joe Thuney executes we shouldn't be surprised, a perfect cut block here. Which,
no shock. As
I was watching this while going through the tape, I was like, these never actually hit. Whenever I've watched the Bears try to cut block, it doesn't work. But this one actually hit, and I was like, oh, that's refreshing. That's nice to see. But then the other thing I wanted to ask was, so we have Theo Benedet right here trying to get out on a very wide Chase Young on a cut block. And he really can't. But I had a hard time knocking, because I'm I don't know how many can execute this. But so Ron, I want your opinion on this. What could Theo do better here to keep Chase Young out of the pass lane?
It's tough, man. That's a hard block to ask for from your tackle. It's a lot easier to cut guys when they're right head up on you. That's why Joe Thuney, and this is a perfect Joe Thuney cut because
Right.
he
The way he
gets.
gets the arm under is beautiful.
But
Sorry.
that's how you have to do it. No, I'm glad you called that out, Q. Like that's how you have to do it. I think cut blocking, because of the amount of cutting that's been taken out of football in general at all levels. I see it in my research at the high school and the college levels even too, where you used to be able at all of college, you used to be able to cut downfield. Now you can only cut at the line of scrimmage, not even in the tackle box, just at the line of scrimmage. And as a result, I think a lot of O-linemen literally don't know how to cut block properly. Which is crazy because when I played, I was taught how to cut block. We used to cut the shit out of everybody. I'm very familiar with those days. We had a screen drill, whereas a center, you had to go get the safety and you had to cut him down. And then you'd come back, and because there was only two centers, you'd run it again, and then you'd want to throw up by the end of it.
Yeah.
I love cut block, damn it. And these guys, I just don't think know how to, Q, because to your point about Benedet, he's getting that inside leg of Chase Young. That's going to keep him upright because Chase Young can bend around it and still get a hand up. And Chase Young's also a big football player, right? That's a hard guy to chop down in general. Ideally, Benedet would have aimed for the outside leg and almost even like gator rolled into him a little bit. And that would force the key is you have to force the defender to put their hands down to keep you from destroying their kneecaps. That's the entire purpose of a cut block. It's not I'm trying to hurt this guy. No, it's get the defender's hands down because, as you see with Joe Thuney, the guy has to sit on him so he doesn't get his ankles and knees destroyed. That's the normal reaction. But when it's a bad cut block, your guy's moving away from you. You just get a piece of the inside leg. He's able to keep upright and he's able to get an arm free because you're not able to get both of those hands down.
Yeah. Okay. And like with this, like, do you think he could have really gotten to that outside leg? Like with like the gator roll you said? Like it just, I had a hard, I gave him a slight negative on this, but I was like, I honestly still don't know how much better, like what he can do to get there.
I think because you see what like Joe Thuney does, Joe Thuney pass sets the nose or the D tackle before he cuts him. Mm-hmm. I think if Benedet gets a little bit more out there, and I don't know the rules in the NFL word for word, I don't know if you can cut on a second step.
Oh, you might not be able to.
I don't know because he's kind of just lunging out of his stance. I think if he's able to get more depth almost initially and then fire at that outside
step
leg
and then drop.
Yeah, but again, I don't know the cut rules in the league because I don't think we see them very often, right? These guys are so good they don't have to cut people. So I'm not sure, man. I would have to look into that, but that's a tough block regardless to ask because of how wide Chase Young is on this.
Right. Yeah, agreed. All right. So then let's get to the next one here. And I don't remember what it is, but we will find out. Oh, it's a beautiful run.
It's zone blocking. Oh, Q. My O-line research has taught me that most young offensive linemen in this world don't know how to run proper zone or understand the basics of zone.
Really?
And the rules of zone. Yes, because zone is simple. Zone is truly simple. But young football players, I don't think fully grasp it. I think that's why you see a lot of duo run at the high school levels because it's just double teams and you're encouraging double teams. This is a thing of freaking beauty, man, where it's this is in the NFL. This is like an off tackle zone almost, if it makes sense. Like it's somewhere between outside zone and inside zone, in my opinion. But again, they're freak athletes and they can do
what tells you that?
Because inside zone is the rules of inside zone is it's one step and quote unquote go. And what that means is it's a one step read. So you're reading the gap next to you. If there's a guy in the gap, you take the guy in the gap. If there's nobody in your gap, you climb to the second level or you execute a double team and continue to climb to the second level. That's inside zone. Outside zone is a 3
So that would be like, is anyone in Dalman's gap here?
No.
Like okay.
So he would be one step there to the right and immediately up to Werner number 20.
Okay.
If it's true inside zone. Because it's a 3-step read, this is really outside zone. But again, in the NFL, outside zone almost hits more like off tackle than it does truly to the outside. Right. This is perfect outside zone. It's one You see every lineman. 1, 2, 3. Guys that have guys in the gap continue to work those guys. Dalman kicks his guy off, climbs to the second level. They try to slip on the backside, and it's a beautiful slip, Q, because they just work the double team until Demario Davis gets caught in the wash. That's how it's taught. That's how it should look. This is a thing of fucking beauty, man. A thing of beauty. And the rules for the running back in outside zone, and again, it might change at the NFL level, so this isn't gospel. But in my experience of seeing what running backs do and things like that, you are taught to read the end first. If your tackle can hook the end, you want to get to the outside. If you see him, as I like to call it, throwing him out the club, then you know to cut inside to your second read, which is then the tightest technique, which in this case is number 90, which is Brian Brees.
So you're saying read 1.
Yep. That's read 1.
If Darnell can swing around and cut him off, then you're trying to get outside.
If he can get to the outside shoulder of Granderson there, Monangai should get to the outside. As soon as he sees Darnell Wright, though, pushing on him, that's his mental clock to say, now I look to number 90. Where is he at? Well, he also gets thrown out the club. So you know what the running back's then taught to do? Kick it back, because there's going to be a cutback lane.
You can see his eyes go from here to here
to ultimately there. Exactly. And this is a thing of beauty, because Dalman's able to climb, because they're able to work a beautiful slip between Thuney and Benedet to pick up the backer. You let the backside end go. This is how zone is run. And it's a thing of beauty, man. It's so good. It's so good, Q. Like this brings tears to my eyes because of how good it is, man. Like if I was a coach anywhere at any level, and I want to teach my offensive linemen what outside zone should look like, I want to show them this clip.
Yeah, this is teach tape.
This is teach tape, man. When's the last time the Bears' offensive line's been so good that we can call it teach tape?
Not much in the last few years. So very exciting right there. Now let's see what we got up next here. Run play. Oh, we got Darnell pulling around to kick out number 58 here.
Sure. This is just good old fashioned. This is just good old fashioned tackle pull.
I love this. The amount of force that Darnell brings here is really nice. You don't see, like, there's only some linemen can bring that type of force, that type of pop on a pull.
He's one
of them.
I'll tell you what, man.
Go ahead.
No, please. I cut you off. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say the thing that was the biggest sticking point to me on this play was Theo. You see, he's parallel to the ground with a waist bend here.
Yeah.
And he doesn't. I mean, it results in a good punch out at 93, but he ends up way out of position to pick up Demario Davis.
Yeah, and that's the troubling thing because of how stacked Davis is. This is why offensive linemen are taught as you go into a double team, you want to stay square. And it's okay if you get into a double team, as they're kind of starting to do here. And in this case, 93 crosses Thuney's face. That's okay. Then Thuney takes him and you move up to the second level. And especially when the linebacker's that tight, that is textbook setup for a square double team to that backer and to pick him up in the wash. But because Benedet is so worried about the force to get him out of the hole and isn't able to recover on Davis in time, Davis is able to scrape over the top, make the play.
Right.
Also, awesome block by Darnell Wright, because it's the old rule of pull right, hit right, or pull left, hit left.
Yeah.
He hits perfectly with that left shoulder. And then again, like you mentioned, just the amount of force that he creates is unbelievable.
I mean, we talk about body blows on here all the time. That is a body blow. Like that, that linebacker might be feeling that pop still today. So
I'm feeling that pop through the screen, Q, and I wasn't even on the field.
And then we will get on to the next one here. We got a pass play.
What a head slap on Dalman.
Was it? I didn't even
Oh
notice.
yeah. Dalman's ear probably was ringing on this play.
Oh yeah. What did the 5-finger say in the
What?
face?
I think he gets him right on the side of the helmet a little bit.
Oh, this is this one. So
Theo gets walked.
Benedet, I really think Roshar was working with him a lot this week on staying more balanced and upright.
Mhm.
And I think this is an example of one where he paid for it, which Roshar, like, I'm not going to sit here and say I know more than him. And I think he's doing the right thing by trying to force better technique.
Yeah.
Of him not lunging into Chase Young here. Like he's staying much more upright. That back is, I grabbed the wrong remote or the wrong mouse. Let's see. See, he's just much more at like a 40 or like a 90-degree angle there, I guess.
Mhm.
Whereas a lot of times we've seen Benedet at more of a severe angle.
Yeah.
As he's taking guys on. So like that was a change I felt this week, but that limits his length as well. And Chase Young, as you can see here, is able to really deconstruct his hand pretty quickly and just get right into his chest and drive that force into the pocket.
Yeah, and you see Benedet try to reestablish an anchor, but Chase Young, like I think people forget because he maybe hasn't had the career that people would have expected. This was still a guy that was the number 2 overall pick in the draft. He's no slouch.
If I had one takeaway from the Saints defense of watching this game, it's that Chase Young is different.
Chase Young is still like that.
Physically different.
Yeah, he's still like that. And I think he benefits from the way that the Saints play football. Like, I think he's just, because he's a bigger D end, makes you wonder what he would look like in this Bears defense, but that's neither here nor there. He's still just, he can overpower people. Like, that's kind of his bread and butter, I think, as he's gotten to the league, is he's just become a good, strong D end because he's so big. These smaller tackles, or in Benedet's case, shorter arm tackles are going to struggle with him because he's just able to get into their chest and dictate play.
Now, one thing I do appreciate from this rep, even if Benedet lost this pretty roughly,
Greased up deaf guy.
He stays connected. Oh yeah, greased up deaf guy, definitely. He stays connected throughout, and even after he's run into his quarterback, he keeps blocking.
Yeah, he keeps fighting. He doesn't quit on the play. And that's a big piece of it, man. And again, like we've talked about it here, Q. Theo Benedet's not going to be perfect, but I commend the effort he's giving. Like he's not quitting on plays or letting guys beat him at the end. Like he's fighting tooth and nail to the whistle. And when you have Caleb Williams playing quarterback, you're going to get instances where it works out in your favor,
right?
Because he puts on his best greased up deaf guy impersonation and runs around and makes shit happen. That's why he's an annoying quarterback to play against.
Now, otherwise, I mean, this was a really clean rep across the board from the other 4. I want to highlight Darnell Wright because his gets borderline comical as it goes on further and further. So just on this one, keep your eyes on Darnell Wright here at right tackle. And like, the guy can't win against him. The guy just can't. I think that's Granderson. Like he gets a nice pop there initially, but Wright reestablishes, redirects the contact, gets him into the spin move, just mirror, keep him away. And we get to 8-9 seconds later, Wright's just still right there, mirroring him in front of him. Like the guy can't do anything because Wright just matches everything he does for 10 seconds.
I'll tell you what, man. Darnell Wright is getting the Roshar difference is seen with Darnell Wright.
Yeah,
he's becoming what we would hope he would become as a top 10 pick. He's like that. He's literally built different. Like there's a reason he climbed draft boards the way he did when the Bears chose him at number 10 overall. That's a hell of a rep. That's hard to do, man. It's hard to keep a guy controlled for 6 seconds, let alone 10.
Yeah. I mean, you're playing essentially. He's playing defense for 10 seconds. The guy can't score a bucket. Can't even get to the rim. Like
unreal stuff.
No, this
Oh,
was
Roshan
the
Johnson's
one
had it.
Roshan run, or weekly Roshan run.
Our 1 weekly Roshan run.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
So I don't know if there was anything in particular on this one. It was the combo block between Jackson and Wright was what I really liked on this rep.
You know what else?
What else?
You know what else I liked on this rep?
What?
I know we're an offensive line show, but Colston Loveland's run rep here is a thing of beauty. This is why the Bears wanted this guy.
Yeah, he's a maniac, dude.
He is
In the draft profile for him, I remember writing like this dude thoroughly believes he can block 300-pounder,
and he's
like,
Granderson's a big dude. Like,
yeah.
This is a hell of a block to push him, throw him, and bury him into a pile of people.
That's that rodeo strength.
Yo, he's crazy. Again, I know everybody's watching what's going on with Tyler Warren and Indy and are like, why did the Bears take this guy? Because I don't think Tyler Warren's doing this in the run game. I just don't.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think I don't know. I think some of the stuff with Warren, like, I think he does. I liked him as a blocker a lot as well. I didn't think he brought the same tenacity that Loveland is, but I don't think anyone really does. Like, I think that the tenacity he brings to a football field is on another level. But with Loveland, I think he is like truly a number one option there in a dominant run heavy offense that is going to get him a lot of really fun looks. And here Loveland is option number 5.
Yeah. I think that's why we're starting to see Cole Kmet become more of that like move fullback type too, because of how good Loveland is just straight inline blocking as a tight end. You've him and Smythe who can take on that role, and it allows you to get a little more creative with Kmet, which when you see him blocking a ton, you know what that opens up. Cole Kmet play action plays down the field, and that's going to be a thing of beauty when the time comes.
Yeah, at some point we'll see it. So with Wright and Jackson, this game felt like we're going to see that, like, they feel much more comfortable running behind Wright and Jackson, which makes sense to me. Benedet is volatile,
yeah,
and Thuney's not a people mover. Thuney's good as a run blocker. He's not a pure people mover, though. Wright and Jackson can just will dudes into submission.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what we see here with their combo. All these guys end up in the dirt.
Yeah. And they create a big pile of shit, Q. I tell you every single week, I love a big pile of shit. Great blocking move. Like, just create a pile of crap.
That was a lot of the blocking in this game, frankly, was just creating a big pile of shit.
Create a big pile of shit, man. I'll tell you what, it's such an underrated aspect of playing offensive line. Just create a pile of shit.
Yeah.
Nobody can move. It's an obstacle for defenders to have to move around. Just create a pile of shit.
Oh, Ron, you're going to love this one.
Oh, I know I am.
Because it doesn't work out right, but they end up very right. Like I mean, it doesn't work out like option 1 when you're calling this what is this, outside zone?
Yes, it is.
It doesn't end up option 1. It ends up on the cutback lane, but oh man, do they seal that sucker off beautifully.
But that's the beauty of zone.
Mm-hmm.
This is what you can't get with duo.
Yeah.
And this is because it's a huge argument. I've talked to, Q, I told you I've been doing a lot of O-line research lately. And I talked to a lot of other coaches and I ask, I'm like, what do you like more? And a lot of these like high school coaches love duo. And they're like, well, because it's simple and it's easy to teach. But you don't get this with duo, man, but you get this with zone. Because if you seal off everything and the defense overcommits to the outside zone, you split the defense in half by taking those guys with you and keeping Chase Young and Alante Taylor and all these other guys to the other side of the field. And it creates an incredible cutback lane. And with Swift's speed, he's able to exploit it and get into the end zone.
Essentially, you make them wrong for being right. Like,
bingo. It's a thing of beauty, man. I love zone blocking. I think zone blocking is, when it's run properly, it's a work of art every single time.
Yeah. And this ends up in the end zone here. Just very well done.
DeAndre Swift, Q, I'm telling you what, this offensive line has been so good for so many of my fantasy teams this year,
Mhm.
just because DeAndre Swift is like a guaranteed 17 points a week.
Yeah.
It's
My
awesome.
one team that I have Swift on, I have somehow managed to go 0-7 to this point, which is a first for me. Because I had Brock Bowers, I had Mike Evans, I had Saquon
sucks.
Barkley,
That
who has
sucks.
severely underperformed. Like
The Madden curse is real, Q. You can't
it's
tell
been a
me
rough
otherwise.
year. It's been a rough year for that team because I loved that roster when I drafted it. But this isn't fantasy football show. This is our live show. And here again, we see, is this inside zone, outside zone?
Let's see.
I didn't catch the first few steps.
Gotta look at it from the start. This is inside zone.
So which guy is the biggest tell for that, I guess?
So the biggest tell for inside zone is you're gonna get more double teams on inside zone than you are on outside zone.
Okay.
It's just natural. Like, because you're working, it's one step and you're working more vertical. That's another giveaway, is these double teams are meant to create vertical push to the linebackers.
Okay. That's what I usually lean on, how vertical they're just getting versus
now
like how much they're trying to widen stuff out.
And there's times where inside zone and duo can get confused, but like this is for sure inside
the hot
zone.
topic.
Well, so inside zone is more, duo is you see double teams clearly come together, and it's more base blocking. Whereas with zone, you get that, I call it kind of the wall movement where everybody's flowing one direction. You can see it here. Like, you see the flow set up. And that's what more will tell you it's zone versus duo. And there's this thing of beauty. You run your two double teams into the linebackers. D lineman getting walked into linebackers trying to escape over is a lot of fun. Yeah, it is. That's how double teams are meant to be. It's so good.
Fun. The Bears O-line is fun, MJ.
Bears O-line
it's
is
a
fun.
good time.
That's why we get so hyped for these shows, man.
Yeah. And let's see. I know Darnell had one or two like similar to this where he kicks the guy out beautifully, but the guy recovers inside.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like it was starting to happen on this one, but Swift cut it back. One thing that, and Darnell had a great game, but like, I'd like to see him focus a little more on walling this edge defender off, because this game, it was an issue a handful of times where that guy cut back inside and it destroyed a run lane. Or not destroyed, but it cut what could have been a 5 to 10 yard run to 3 or 4 yards.
Yeah.
And this one, I love Jackson's move here to get off the combo and onto the linebacker just in the nick of time. It's very, very timely.
Well, that's how it's taught, Q. Like, I think a lot of people think double teams and climbing to the backer, and like, there's going to be an initial double team and then this huge climb to the second level. If you run it correctly, the best case scenario is taking the double team, running it into the backer, and then both linemen keeping their eyes up. And whatever way he picks to come around, it's you, me, and the guy comes off at the last second and gets him. That's how you want it to be. That's how we want it to look. This is just textbook. It's so good, Q.
And to your point, Razimo, I think that's how I pronounce it. But Jackson, the last two games, all three of the interior has really gotten on the same page in their combos, and it is starting to look really nice. And Jackson has his flaws. Like, he has limitations as a player that are pretty clearly defined, but he also has strengths that are very clearly defined, and those strengths tend to be just beating the crap out of people. And he does a good job of it. Like, he's not a player who's going to be right as often as like some as you kind of want, but he's a player who, when he's right, he's going to beat the crap out of that person, and it's going to impact them the next few plays as well.
Yeah, and you can tell that Ben Johnson wanted certain attributes in all of his linemen. I think his familiarity with Jackson helped too, because he knows what those flaws are. And he had success running the football with Jackson in his offense. So why not take the opportunity to bring him here and say, look, we we can use his strengths to do. I think Ben Johnson wants an offensive line that's full of some maulers because that's his identity as a coach, is to maul people in the run game and abuse them over the course of a 4-quarter game. So that way your run offense comes through in the clutch when it's late in the game and everybody's tired and worn down.
I mean, hell, it's part of why he likes Theo more than Braxton.
Bingo.
Because Theo just punches people in the mouth. He's going to mess up out there. He might not know what he's doing all the time, but he's just, watch him right here, just punch Demario Davis in the mouth. Like,
right in the
he is not
kisser.
scared to hit anybody, and he is going to go knock heads. Like, he is out there for punishment and violence, and it fits the culture they're trying to build.
Indeed.
All right, so we got empty here. Empty and a blitz.
Oh, yeah.
Are they bringing 6?
Yeah.
Oh, boy, they're bringing 6 against empty. So, Ron, should there be a free runner through the B gap?
In theory, no. In fact, what probably should have occurred here is, so there's 2 schools of thought to this cue. The way I would probably prefer to block it is Benedet sees that backer coming and slams down and takes him. And because the edge rusher is, I don't know, in the same distance as Milwaukee is to Chicago right now from the line of scrimmage, I would much rather worry about the guys in the box, slam that down, and let the free runner come from that side. Now, there's the school of thought here for 2 reasons. One, that guy's getting a full head of steam to Caleb Williams' backside. And 2, you could also say here that because the backer's coming from depth, they might like the timing of that better on this play. So that's kind of the 2 schools of thought that can happen with it. You could also probably make the argument, Q, that maybe you flip the protection if this was a play that was not a quick hitter.
A quick hitter to the right, especially where you're saying like the backside, as long as he has a second and a half, he's good. But like the front side, we need this. We can't have someone free over here batting this ball down.
Exactly. Yeah, and they do a good job. They get rid of it.
Yeah, I did knock Theo on this one because I thought he should have picked up 56, but it's good to know that there is that, because there was a play that got put out on Twitter by it was Tom Cavanaugh, who fellow on Tap Sportsnet podcaster, but about it was a blitzing defensive back coming from a similar situation where he wasn't like, say, instead of this linebacker, the defensive back was like here, and it was like, and the defensive back came in through the B gap while the edge rusher took the tackle out. Yeah. But from this point or this point, which guy is the more dangerous man? I'd say it's the edge rusher. It is.
He's on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
He's not coming from depth.
Yeah. Even if the guy is like a step inside of the edge rusher, like I'm sitting there going, well, he's also a defensive back. Like, the odds of him coming are less than the odds of the edge rusher. So we need to take care of the edge rusher first.
Exactly.
And this one was just a nice ball for, like, I watched this play over and over because I was like, this velocity, when you compare it to this wrist flick, does not make sense. Like, where he's releasing this football, like, look right there. It almost looks like the football glitches up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, I'm just like, how, like that arm talent is ludicrous. It is. I couldn't stop watching this play over and over, how much spin he gets on this thing for how little effort there is into it.
That's what I'm telling you, Q. Like, this is why Caleb Williams was the first overall pick.
Yeah. it's a little wobbly, but like,
I think
what he had to throw.
I think 97's left hand gets a piece of this ball.
Oh, maybe
just a little bit, just enough to alter its course a hair. But because it has so much velocity on it, it doesn't matter.
because it does almost look like it has more velocity before it gets to 97.
Mm-hmm.
But I
it's
mean,
still an
it's
incredible
it's
football.
right on DJ there.
I mean,
It
yeah,
is.
that's DJ turns around, that ball's in his elbow, and all he's got to do is squeeze it and run.
Yeah, that was a capital A anticipation throw.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Scott, we've got the whirly bird block in here. Okay, so another pass here. It's really 5-on-3. Or I guess, I think they chipped the hell out of a really wide rusher here. Yeah.
Oh yeah. The great Durham Smythe.
Yeah, they are. I thoroughly believe after watching this tape that they are building their calls around protecting Theo Benedet to an extent, because they kind of need to. I don't think they trust him. They don't trust rolling out to Theo's side, and they don't trust leaving him on an island. So it ends up with a lot of stuff, a lot of the ball coming out quick, a lot of heavy chips like that when you're talking a true drop back like this.
Sorry, I got mesmerized by Joe Thuney.
Oh, yeah, that's one of the reasons I have this in here, because
contact.
I was conflicted by this rep for Thuney because it's beautiful. Like the technique is outstanding, but he does end up right on top of Caleb.
Yeah, he gets
earlier than ideal.
Yeah, he gets walked a little bit, but that's the difference though of the greatest offensive linemen, when they do get beat though, still find a way to like make it a manageable rep.
Right.
Even though you beat him. Like, because he's got him, and he goes shit as he's getting walked back. Well, just trying to manage it.
Ron, just wait. Just wait till you see how far this goes.
Just keep on going.
6 seconds of just lock. This guy can't get out of the block.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, that's a thing of beauty. Thuney's got him so locked up into that position.
That's why, because at first I was gonna give him a poor on this rep, and then I was like, can I give him a good on this rep? Because like that is awesome. And then like I just ended up giving him a fine, because the good and the poor canceled each other out. But I was like, okay, he just keeps blocking him and keeps blocking him and keeps. I mean, there's probably a hold in there. Who cares? They're not going to throw that flag. But like,
too bad he and DeAndre Swift don't see each other here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm sure there are a few moments that I think Caleb wants back in this game, as far as like making a throw, because he had some wild scrambles without much payout for him.
Yeah, because he gets out of it here, and everybody's going to see it as this rep continues. DeAndre Swift you might be able to lead him a little more flat. I don't know. That's tough. It's easy to sit here.
There's the backer there, and then the safety comes up on him.
I'll tell you what, though, it's a good scramble drill, though, from Durham Smythe, from Swift. Like, those guys are all trying to get open, 5 and 6, seconds into the play.
Like, yeah, if Caleb, like, right around here, if he could throw it, which is, that is not a throwing position, but that's there.
And even as he continues to roll out and hits the spin here, Durham Smythe starts to climb toward the end zone. I don't get me wrong; it's a bitch of a throw.
Yeah, that safety back or whatever it is there, that catches on and just drops right into it. Like, that's a nice play from him. I'm not sure there's really a window at this point.
Yeah, and again, like Q, we've talked about before, sometimes the defense just wins, man.
There is a window for OZ though.
There is. And I think he double pumps it a little. Yeah. It's really hard moving to your left as a righty to throw. Like, that's a difficult throw.
Yeah.
The fact that he gets this thing, I mean, it's behind Zacchaeus, but like the fact he even gets this thing anywhere near him is still impressive. I think in this case, though, you'd hope he just yeets it to the sideline and just lives to see another day, because this could have been bad.
Yeah. You'd rather see him either just take some free yards with his legs. I'd just take some yards with your legs.
Either that, or honestly, I'd rather just see him whip this thing at the ref's head.
Yeah.
Like that's just that's the smart play.
Okay, so this is the one that almost gets in, I think, which
Shit.
I believe is really well blocked up by pretty much everyone except Theo. Takes a bit of a lick here, I think, or no?
Yeah, Theo
It's
looks
not
good
Theo.
there.
Oh no, okay, this is the rep before, or no, maybe this is that one. The thing that I like with Theo on this one is just he is the driving factor on the push.
Oh yeah.
Like you watch Theo, he get like everyone else is kind of there at first, and Theo comes in like, "Oh no, we're getting in the end zone."
Yeah.
Like that's the mentality that you love to see out here.
Oh yeah. I love when they like this Bears O line is so good about pushing the pile. Like I love seeing the pile push.
Yeah,
If they're gonna let the play run, push the pile, baby. Get those extra
Let's
couple yards.
say a closer look at what exactly happened here. So you're pretty clean. Darnell starts to lose his guy, tries to hang on for life, and looks like DJ was trying to crack down on 28 there because Darnell's guy cuts inside that takes away that running lane. And it looks like the Jackson's guy, it just kind of shuts down there, and DJ can't quite get to that crack. I think I'm not sure if he had a check on the corner. Probably had a check on the wide corner first. So I think the timing just didn't end up working out.
Yeah, it happens. It's a really good play by Brian Brees too, just to even create any level of a disturbance. We also love seeing Roma dudes get in on pushing the pile.
Yeah, but this one, oh boy,
this
is the definition of we have Darnell Wright and Jonah Jackson, and we're gonna get in that end zone because we can. Like this is gorgeous. I was hyped up about this rep.
Just a pair of maulers.
Parting the Red Sea, like in Dalman coming across on this pole to hit the lead block on the backer. It's just beautiful. It's just beautifully executed. You get the cut blocks in the backside too, perfectly executed. Like Jackson and Wright, the guys they're blocking, they get stalemated instantly and push backwards. Like that's a dream.
So good. Good pull from Loveland, good pull from Dalman.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Right in the end zone. Like that's
I'm pretty sure does Loveland, can we watch the rest of this rep? Does Loveland try to pancake Granderson here again?
Does he?
He's a
motherfucker, man.
He's a sicko, and I love it. I think seeing him block, I come to love Colston Loveland more and more by the day.
Oh, he totally tries to pancake him.
It
looks like he might have gotten him, but or I don't know. He might have just went down trying.
Yeah, hey, I mean, I respect the effort though.
This dude grew up doing rodeo, trying to take down animals much larger than himself. He believes he can do just about anything. That's my theory on Colston Loveland. Rodeo has made him sick in the head, and I love it.
Yeah, 100%. Uh-oh. Taking Theo for a ride.
Yeah, so on this one, we'll start with Theo. Or actually, let's start with Wright, because this is one of the few Wright ones where you're like, ugh, that one wasn't great.
Yeah, this is a really good spin move, though.
Yeah.
That's a really good spin move.
Yeah, just, what, did he overset outside a little?
It's tough to tell from this angle. He might have overset him a little bit.
Or just the two-hand throw was just, second he threw two hands, he was beat.
I think because he throws the two hands and Granderson has the spin in his bag. Because the way that D linemen are taught, like the best ones can pull out multiple moves on a play. They'll have that, like, if he does this, I'm going to do this, but if he does this, I'm going to do this. Where like most rushers pre-plan a move. And I think in Granderson's case, he might say, hey, if I see two hands coming, I'm trying to spin around him because I can get him off balance. If I see one, maybe it's going to be a club, maybe it's a rip, maybe it's a bull rush.
Well, and what step is it that a pass rusher tends to make his move on? Is it second or third?
It's usually usually it's their second.
So 1, 2. So this would
I
say
think,
this stance would say that he's going to make a move inside, right? Because 1, 2. Now he can make an inside move or spin.
well, I think,
But he takes the third step outside, which gets Wright to commit further outside,
I think because of how wide he is too. Like the general rule of thumb is second step, but like because in the NFL these guys are so wide, for some guys they can do it on their third step.
Yeah.
And I think that's what you see here with Granderson. He sees,
But
I think as soon as he sees Wright's hands come up and to load, to fire, there's a decision that happens in his head of, oh, I've got him. I'm going to spin back inside on him because as long as he doesn't get that arm on me, he's toast.
I remember in a like draft scouting like seminar that I went to held by Lance Zerline, him talking about this, like because of the way that the edge defender's feet are lined up, you should be expecting inside move on this. And it looks like Wright is playing inside out here. Like he said, he's playing inside out to wait for that inside move. And then that third step happens and Wright commits outside. And like I agree with you. Like I do, like in the NFL, you can definitely get away with it. I'm intrigued by the pre-snap thought process compared to the outcome, you know?
Yeah, I think too, because of how wide these guys line up, like they have to take almost more of an interior angle
Yeah.
to the pass rusher or to the quarterback. It's really interesting. Again, like the game is developing so much. Like when have we seen D ends this wide in NFL history? Never.
Yeah.
This is a new thing. Like, so you're seeing new stuff that was not a thing 15 years ago.
Yeah. And then so with Theo over on the other side, I mean, again, this is, I think, an attempt to play more upright because in previous weeks we would see him get much more of a severe angle here to initiate contact. And it just, Chase Young just gets right into him and, you know, wrecks it. But one thing that I love, watch Joe Thuney. Watch the little things that Joe Thuney does to help a quarterback like a Pat Mahomes or a Caleb Williams when the play's never dead. Joe Thuney says, oh shit, he's getting beat. I'm just going to hit the shit out of his hip and hope it helps. Mm-hmm. Runs the two guys right into each other.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. I love that from Joe Thuney. He's not even sure how this outcome's going to happen, but he's like, I got to do something.
We're going to give it a shot. I'll tell you, I've told people this before. Like, I think I never realized it either until I was playing football. You want to move a human being, move them at the hip.
Yeah.
Their whole body's going wherever you want it to go if you grab them at the hip.
It's probably the least flexible point of the body.
Yeah.
Caleb's got to hit this. Again, it's moving to his left. I'm assuming there were some, like with the wet football, he was probably putting more zip on it than he typically would. Yeah. And I needed to. And I think he's pressing some too, where he's like, I gotta hit some of these, and it's creating more kind of issues. But
definitely.
Ooh. Yeah, Theo just gets caught in between on this with the lunging and trying not to lunge, I think.
Chase Young's also a motherfucker too, because not only is he a big DN dude, he's so long.
And fast. Like, he's got it all.
He's got it all. Again, he was a number 2 overall pick for a reason, and he's a nightmare. He's a nightmare for a tackle that's already at a slight disadvantage because of his physical traits. Like, it's a hell of a week to ask Theo Benedet to go one-on-one with Chase Young almost every rep.
Yeah, that swipe move from Chase Young is so nice here. Or not swipe, but like the chop. Cross chop and
the old chop and rip.
Yeah. What do you think Benedet could have done better here?
Grew longer arms.
Okay. That's
This
kind of what I thought.
This is a hard rep. I mean,
yeah.
you can make the argument that like because he has to lean so much, as soon as his weight gets chopped down, he's going to stop his feet and the D.
Yeah.
Like this is just in this case, you would almost just hope I would honestly, the best case scenario I think for Theo Benedet this game would have been to try to get your hands on Young first, force him to bull rush you, and sit with that anger. I think that would have been the best case scenario on every rep for Theo Benedet.
Because we see some tackles have success with it, but they're so precise and quick with their hands and quick to make that initial contact, like you said, and be able to sit down and like it. If he's gonna figure anything out here, I think that's exactly against these guys in this mold of Chase Young. It's got to be that winning first contact is everything, and that means your hands need to be fast and in the right spots.
Exactly. It's a lot to ask of your young left tackle. Oh, guy.
Oh, Caleb knew. Like he was prepared for this. Like
he knew.
That's what I mean by like their game plan. I think catered to knowing this would happen. Some where like Caleb knew if he's straight dropping back, and that like there's a very real chance Chase Young is on him very fast.
Yeah, he's got to turn and check and see what's going on.
Thuney and Dalman are nice here. Everyone else is really nice here. That's one of the bummers in this game. Every offensive lineman graded well, except for Benedet, which you're gonna get dealing with it like when you're in the position the Bears are at left tackle.
Yeah, exactly.
And again, Benedet keeps fighting. I love that. He never quits on a rep. He doesn't know how to.
Yeah, and that's why he's gonna find a way to stick in the NFL.
Yeah. Rome's got to get this.
Yeah. DeAndre Swift was wide open too, though.
Oh, was he?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he
was.
He's
so open, he's naked.
It's a tougher throw, though.
Oh, 100%. 100% tougher
across his body, other side of the field. But
I'm never going to sit here and judge a quarterback. I can't throw a football more than 25 yards, so I'm not sitting here to judge Caleb today. It sucks. This is the one downside to watching all 22 is you see the misses because again, guys are limited with their vision, and it's just like you go, oh, son of a bitch. Like, oh, but again, it is what it is. This game is played fast. Like you can't, you're gonna miss shit. Things happen,
Oh man, Darnell Wright is just stalemating them.
This
one was nice across the board.
This was nice across the board.
Let's see what Theo does here. So it's from Young looks like he's coming from really wide. It looks like Young thinks there might be a screen or something coming. The way he gets upfield and kind of pauses. I think he's waiting for a screen out to that side. Maybe he thinks like Burden's going to be running the screen or something.
Yeah, maybe.
And then when he decides to go, Theo lands that first contact and is able to get it to force him upfield.
Yep.
It's nicely done. And everyone else is very clean there.
Yeah. Good tackle by Taylor, too. I think I remember that play.
I don't recall what happened after the catch because I've watched this 6 times now and I cut it right at the catch. So I got time constraints on these. Can only post 2-minute videos on X the Everything app. So
nice chip here too from Komet, just to force Young to have to avoid him.
Yeah, force him into a lane essentially is the way I see it.
Yeah.
Like you're already a second and a half into the rep and you haven't gotten anywhere, so you need to get you need to go in a straight line. You can't run the circle now.
Yep. And he's pretty much just forced to a contain role.
Yeah.
And now your interior of your offensive line, which is, arguably your strongest point.
Oh, okay. This was an interesting one with Jackson and Wright here. They're handling a stunt. a TE stunt, and let's see. Oh, my mouse decided to stop working. There we go. They're handling a TE stunt right here with 93 is a bit delayed before he spikes out, and 96 is looping back in. Classic thing that we've seen against Jackson. This teams are just going to keep running this at Jackson and passing downs because they know they can get to his left. Jackson actually the delay from the D tackle here actually makes Jackson think it's not happening.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Wright does a good enough job forcing him over, but they're just not at the same level.
Yeah.
And Wright just ends up trying to double up here, double stop sign. And I mean, he does a good enough job for Caleb to get out. I gave Wright a very good grade on this play because I think he handled it all excellently and pretty seamlessly, did everything he could. Even though it wasn't a great outcome from his side, like I think that he had handled it as well as he possibly could.
Yeah, I completely agree. That's tough because when you got the end spiking like that, you got the tackle hesitating and coming over the top. Like they're trying to spike Jackson.
Little hold inside the shoulder pads there. Love it. I love a good hold. I love a good hold that doesn't get called.
Yeah, it's only a hold if somebody sees it.
Yeah. There's a theory out there that the NFL should just get rid of offensive holding altogether. Yeah. And I'm kind of for it, not gonna lie.
As long as it's not egregious, I'm okay with it.
And here we go, Scott. Here's what'd you call it? The whirly bird block.
The whirly bird block.
I love it. I mean, there's only a few centers in the NFL who can execute this. And something I thought about as I saw Olin Cruz commenting on this, and it made me think about man, this is from under center.
Yeah.
The odds of a lot of centers in the NFL tripping their quarterback on this drop back are huge.
Yeah.
But Dalman is able to keep his space really tight and concise there, and their feet stay clear by a pretty good margin. But I don't think that's true with a lot of centers in the league.
Yeah, and I think too. There's a chance that this also would have been run where Thuney could have rolled out as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think because Dalman's uncovered, that's why he knows he's going.
Okay. So you think if it's more of a one tech look, it might be Thuney hitting this?
Could be.
And that makes sense. If there's a one tech or zero tech there, you can't just give that guy the open door, and that's tougher to ask Thuney to go get across to him.
Yeah, so if you go back, Hugh, we can talk through this here really quick. So what you have here on the defensive front is you have number 90, Brian Bruce, who's over Jonah Jackson. That's what we call 3 technique. Then on the backside, you have number 92 there. He's in what's called a 2-eye. So that is on the inside shoulder of the guard. So it's not a true 1. A true 1 is more in the gap to on the center. It's zero shade is
helmet on the knee. Kind of.
Yeah, kind of. Somewhere in that general frame of action, but you're on the center.
Mm-hmm.
So because of this, Dalman here is what we would consider, especially since we know the play's rolling right, he's uncovered. Jonah Jackson's covered. Joe Thuney's covered. And because, again, NFL defenses are so spread out now, you really only have 2 down linemen actively in the play. That's why you can do spin outs like this and let that DN come free because you want to sell the play action. You want those linebackers to do exactly what they're doing there, which is biting on the action. It forces them to come a few yards upfield. And this, in theory, should open up other things behind it. Dalman's enough of an athlete to get out there and handle Chase Young. And the Bears are able to set up a big play as a result of it.
And I mean, it's also probably benefited by, like I said, they're not rolling out to the left side that much. This was one of the only instances, and so teams aren't expecting it as much, but they're able to get the rollout to the left here because of that whirly bird block.
This is kind of one of the instances where like they're not necessarily it's play action, but not every play action's a rollout, right? Like not
Right,
every
right.
play action's a boot. So this is one of those instances where you could still sell that play action to the right in the zone,
Mhm.
a block that we've seen the Bears run a nauseating amount of times already in this game, and then allow Caleb to set up, reestablish his pocket. It becomes kind of a moving
Yeah,
pocket.
I guess his
And
role wasn't. Yeah,
Dalman is able to come back and seal that edge in order for him to stand up, get corrected, make his reads, and deliver a throw. This is meant to be a quick throw too, because of the play action. It gives Burden enough time to get out of the break in his in route, and
Yeah.
that's where you see him come open or where Caleb hits him on this play. I mean, that's just a thing of beauty.
Ooh,
A little misdirection.
yeah, a little nice jet motion with a few twists in there. Does he have the ball? Does he have the ball? I love these plays. Oh, this is. I mean, there are other good blocks in this play. This is the Colston Loveland block, though. This is the one that during the game I was like, oh, okay. And it's not even that much that he does physically. It's more mental awareness of just get a hand on this guy, slow him down for a second, and then still get out to my target.
Yeah. And allow DeAndre Swift to just be an athlete, man.
Yeah.
It's
Game
so
of
good.
inches.
This is also another instance. So the NFL, we see this a lot more where the zone play will set up and you kind of have these tight ends scraping across either kind of on a backside. We see it kind of what split zone is what it's considered, where you have the tight end coming backside to cut off the end. Or in this case, you've got Rome doing that, and you incorporate Colston Loveland now as kind of a lead blocker of sorts. Another kick out, almost kind of a second trap in the zone. I mean, this is some of the Ben Johnson genius too, of just how this play sets up.
I mean, I'm sitting here.
Look at a hat on a hat on a hat.
Looking at the still shot of just boom,
boom, boom,
boom,
boom,
boom, boom, boom. Like it's got it all. Folks, we suffered through the Matt Nagy run offense, the Shane Waldron run offense, the Luke Getzey run offense, where they tried to do some fun stuff, but they could never execute it because they just didn't practice it that much, and they didn't make a point to make it their game plan. Ben Johnson makes a point. These guys practice the hell out of this.
100%.
And it probably leads to some more injuries. That's a theory I have, at least. Kyle Shanahan teams are always injured because they prioritize the run constantly and they practice the hell out of it. And
that's how guys get banged up.
Yeah, it's worth it, though. Kyle Shanahan's teams always find ways to win because they execute their run plays consistently.
100%. Q, can you do me a quick favor and just go back to the start of this play? I have a mental note here that I need to make for myself. All right. Oh, so this is interesting.
What's got you
fun?
What's got you thinking?
This is, you know what this is? I don't think I've never seen this before, but the way I would describe this to somebody, this is inside zone left, but it's misdirection. It's like misdirection zone. They're setting it up to make it look like the speed,
like
split
zone left.
No, I wouldn't even call
just
it split zone.
I see the jet handoff.
It looks like they're trying to set it up for zone blocking for the jet handoff, or what would be the handoff. But because of that jet motion, it gets those linebackers to flow just enough where the two that are in their stacks can slide up, and you build that wall for the zone run going the opposite direction.
So, yeah,
it's literally like fake zone with like a tight end lead is kind of what this play becomes. I've never seen this before. I've legitimately never seen this before. Not
It's
in
like-
an all 22 version, at least.
Now, Ron, if this corner is not following Rome, do you think this is an option? It looks to me like Caleb's helmet is kind of looking at the motion man.
Maybe it could be. That would be some Ben Johnson level sickoism that I would expect.
Like if the corner is sitting in a zone instead of chasing, give it to Rome.
Yeah, give it to the Jet.
If the corner follows, you give it to Swift.
Maybe. It's a real
Because you're right. They blocked this up for like.
Well, but
if he hands it to Rome and that guy isn't chasing him, I think that's there too.
I agree. I also think, though, that this is part of the Ben Johnson sickoism is he's trying to set everything up to make it look like the Jets getting the ball.
Yeah.
It's the misdirection of the play, right? I think that's just the sicko Ben Johnson. Like that's what it is. I don't know. Yeah. I've never seen that as a concept before in a run game.
I mean, it's a home run hitter. It's a home run hitter against a man coverage where you're getting everything flowing the other way. Like
they're also too cute. It could be an instance where they get to the line and whatever their identifier is for the week of we know it's man versus zone. There might be a kill for a play if it's a zone, right?
Okay.
Like they might kill to maybe it's just traditional inside zone. Then they just kill the inside zone with the football.
They might not need the motion to be able to ID it, kind of thing.
Right, exactly. Especially if they get a certain look. Like they're like, ooh, we get this look. We know we can keep it and just run it.
Let's see. So we got Jonah Jackson pulling on this one. I hope there's some fireworks on it. He usually brings some fireworks on his pulls.
Pull left, hit left.
Oh yeah, he brings some fireworks there.
And we got
that guy's still feeling it too.
We got Cole Kmet making 2 blocks out here.
Yeah. Oh, so I wanted to ask you about this one. Why is Cole Kmet have 2 guys here, you think? So I watched this, and at first I was like, okay, Theo looks like he messes up here. And then as I'm watching this, I don't know, I see Chase Young gets his hand on him, but it doesn't look like he really pushes him that much. It almost looks like Theo's just trying to get to the second level at some point here. But then I was like, but then there's an unblocked guy at that point, leaving Cole Kmet on too.
I think DeMario Davis is just kind of like that. And there's nothing they can do about it.
Okay. Oh, because yeah, he does come from where
DeMario Davis comes from where Theo Benedet is probably expecting to go. Because they are bumping and sliding with the motion. But, I mean, DeMario Davis is just a freak. He sees a pulling guard and he knows to go to the hole. That's where the football's going to be.
Yeah.
And then Cole Kmet just makes a superhero block because I think he's designed to be on Chase Young. Davis just flows to the hole and Kmet makes the most out of it.
Okay. Because Benedet looks like he is going where he knows he should be. You know, like, and that he might just, like you said, DeMario Davis wasn't where he thought DeMario Davis would be, but he just keeps going because that's what Theo Benedet does. His motor doesn't stop.
Absolutely. They're also, because Jonah Jackson is hitting 21, who's very clearly a defensive back, this play might be designed to where Jonah Jackson's supposed to get Chase Young, assuming he comes up field, and as Davis scrapes over, because you could also make the argument that Thuney and Benedet are also blocking all the way back to number 20 based on how Theo fires out and the way he climbs to the second level. And then they're expecting, but because you can kind of see DJ Moore almost gets like shaken off here off of 21.
Well, and 21 only cuts down into the frame
after
with the motion.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think the motion ultimately puts them in a place where he becomes now the edge contain. And so they run their rules properly. Jonah Jackson is told to blow up the first thing he sees at the end of the line of scrimmage. Cole Kmet hits the first thing he sees pulling through the hole. It just so happens to be 2 players. He makes a really nice block.
I think that's I think you're right. I think that's exactly what happens here.
Sometimes the defense can win and still put themselves into a position where the offense can win.
It's not a joke when coordinators will say it's all a chess match out there.
It is. It's all chess. It's all chess.
Ooh, Swift wants the heat. Look at this.
He's looking for contact.
He's a missile.
I love it, dude. DeAndre Swift is running with purpose, and I'm all here for it, man.
Great job by Monangai here.
Oh, nothing like having your running back having to deal with a freaking linebacker.
Because, like, when I first watched this, I thought Theo might have had to cover that up. Then I was like, it's too wide. Like, I don't think that's Theo's guy. I think Loveland just can't quite get inside enough, but Monangai's there to back it up in a way.
He's there to seal just whatever he sees.
Yeah, which could be number 4 as well. But because Loveland can't get inside of 58, Monangai has to jump on that.
Yep. Yeah, that's usually, I mean, a lot of times if your back is going kind of opposite the motion, like he is here on the play action, it's exactly what he's doing. He's just picking up backside garbage. And it's a hell of a pass block from Kyle Monangai.
Yeah. You know who else has a hell of a pass block here?
Joe Thuney.
Joe Thuney. Absolutely. Always does. But Darnell Wright, man. Is that Granderson 94?
No, I think Granderson's 96.
Okay. Yeah, I think you're right.
I think that's isn't that Cameron Jordan?
It probably is. I think you're right. 94.
I think he's 94.
I mean, Darnell Wright just shuts it down.
He's just a menace, dude. Darnell Wright's just
and Thuney. I mean, both those guys just right here are just like, you ain't going nowhere. Like
clamps. Just absolute clamps.
Oh man, Darnell Wright is fun, right?
Darnell Wright is fun.
He is a lot of fun. Like, it's just even when the defensive end should be winning this, and Cam Jordan's up there in age, and he's not what he used to be, but like still
a hell of a
Darnell's mirroring him out to the sideline and making sure that you ain't getting that hit on my QE.
Yeah, he blows him up too. I mean,
yeah,
there's some notable force there. It's just, it's a bummer that ball comes up short.
I know. These got to start hitting, man. We've seen Caleb make these throws over and over. Like, these have to start hitting. All right, run play here.
Oh, Dalman climbing to the second level. Oh, it's perfect.
Yeah. This is late in the game at this point where they've just said, okay, we're just running over and over and over until they show they can stop it. Like you see, I think it's Jackson here really gets the best of Brian Brzee. Wright gets a kill shot on Granderson on this one as Loveland's holding him up. Like,
and cute. There's your reads again, right? Granderson is outside. Second read, Breeze is outside. Third read, Swift knows to cut it back because there's probably going to be a lane backside. Sure as shit, that's what he does. Sees the guy in the hole, says, I'll wait for it. Oh, there's Theo coming off on the block.
Benedet clearing this up beautifully.
And it's
good. This is the thing that Benedet really gives you is he does have power in the trench here, like in the shit of it. He has power to force guys out. Well, I guess that's actually Thuney who's on him at this point, but the assist from Benedet on the throw, essentially here, getting the hand on the hip, other hand on the shoulder, and just getting some solid force where big old 9'7", you ain't going to be able to cut on a dime like this.
Zone's a beautiful thing when you can get multiple double teams and just come off on extra blockers, and that's exactly what they do here. This is awesome. I mean, and credit to DeAndre Swift too, right? I know we've knocked him for his vision. We've done it on this show too, but this is knowing how to play running back and what your read keys are, and looking and anticipating a whole backside and understanding the how the run should hit and things like that. Because I mean, this is exactly what DeAndre Swift should do: run. Find your hole, and when you see green grass, try to make a man miss and go for it.
And I love Benedet finishing off the defensive back too with a nice pop in the chest.
Oh, of course.
But yeah, I think Bieniemy's been really good for Swift. Frankly, it seems like he's going through his reads very in a disciplined manner, which has really been the issue. It's the read discipline. I felt like last year was one of his issues.
Yeah, I agree. I think Eric Bieniemy's been a huge reason why the Bears' rush offense has looked as good with as little as it has in terms of depth too.
Nice job from Swift there to clean up for Benedet.
Also, another sick block from Darnell Wright. I don't think
he had a day.
At this point.
He had a decent amount of misses in run blocking,
Sure.
but he also had a decent amount of like holy shit moments in run blocking of like this guy's good, which covered like I get over the misses when you're making home run blocks like that. But in pass pro, I mean, he's been pristine the last 2 weeks, man. It's been, you don't find much better in pass pro than he's been lately.
Yeah. I agree.
And then I think Thuney here is just taking care of Brzee. I really love the block from Swift here. These running backs are doing a really nice job cleaning up. It's nothing special, but like he just gets in the way and like helps Benedet get back in the play. Now, this is where I had a question for you though, Ron. Benedet gets back in this. 58, Demario Davis is flying around the edge. Both Swift and Benedet go to him.
Yeah, that's sorry.
What would you teach your guys to do in that situation?
The running back has the linebacker.
Okay.
That
makes sense.
Yep. If
power on power and give the running back the guy he can handle.
The running back, and also because it's a lot easier for a running back to block a guy coming from depth because they can run through, in this case, a run fake, right, and sell that play action. They're there to help clean up if the O-line needs help, but their primary responsibility is that backer. So in this case, he comes and he gets involved because Davis hasn't really committed to rushing yet. Mm-hmm. And as soon as he sees
like a green
Davis
dog,
coming,
it seems like.
Yeah, as soon as he sees Davis coming, that's when he says, okay, that's still my guy. I'm in here on pass pro. I gotta go get him now.
Yeah. And good opportunity to mention this. A green dog, Davis right here. He's not committed to blitzing or taking Swift out of the flat. Say that Swift runs out in the flat. He's going to follow. Swift say that Swift stays in the block. That means he's coming for the quarterback. His responsibility is entirely based on what the running back does.
Bingo.
Wait, I think this was. Yeah, never mind. Or actually, this one, I want to mention one other thing on this because this did happen a few times in this game. Watching Dalman here, block number 93. Mm-hmm. There were a couple instances where the blocker would go to the guard side, whether it be Thuney or Jackson, and Dalman would end up getting too wide here and giving that, like allowing him to split it essentially. Happened a few times. Dalman had a very good game, but like it's just when I see something happen multiple times, I want to mention it.
Yeah, and I think it's also worth mentioning that 93 gets a piece of his shoulder pad.
Yeah.
Like defensive holding's a real thing too. I think a lot of people
a real thing that does not get called in the trenches.
No, never. Oh my God, never. If defensive
except for one time on like Monday Night Football last week, I think, which was insane.
Yeah, it's very rare, especially because you never see it. But you can kind of see 93 as he's coming to shift that way. He's grabbing the V of the neck on Dalman and pulling him forward. Because he's smaller, he knows he can overpower him and potentially get him out of position.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happens.
The Saints clearly coming into this game, I think, realized that and said, if you can get him out. And like they use that to split two pass blockers a few times.
Definitely.
Oh boy, this is.
I still can't believe he got rid of this ball.
Me neither. This play hasn't gotten enough run, I don't think, because this was an insane, like one person makes this play in my mind.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe one of two. Like I would argue this is like Patrick Mahomes-esque.
I'd say like one of four. Like Josh Allen, Pat Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, and Caleb are the guys who I think could pull this off.
Yeah, and it's smart by Swift just knowing like give my quarterback an option if he can get rid of this football.
Yeah.
And then just use your speed and beat guys to the edge.
So this is outside zone, looks like.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, I would say so.
It looks like so this was a tough combo between Theo and Thuney here.
Yeah,
I think Theo's coming in too hot outside. He needs to head's not around. He's not going to be able to run the guy from this position either. I just think his positioning is all off. But you tell me if I'm wrong on that.
Yeah, he's looking at Demario Davis.
Yeah,
Thuney's looking at Werner. So
yeah.
I'm
one of the reasons I pulled this one, because they're both trying to climb.
I wonder if there was just a misidentification of the backer, which could happen. Shit happens. That could be a possibility. I think it's also just a really good play by 93 too.
Yeah.
I mean, he kind of swims Thuney off balance a little bit here, gets a piece of his back. Benedet's not able to adjust his head to try to get it across.
Yeah.
And he overpowers him. I mean, again, sometimes these guys are going to win, and that's what happens here.
Yeah.
Oh, this looks better already.
Yeah.
Just immediately, I'm like, oh, this already looks prettier. And this is
beautiful from Dalman here, Dalman and Jackson. This is what I mean, but their combo blocks have gotten so clean and so nice.
And you know what's even crazier about this, Q? What a lot of people aren't going to understand? This is a 7-man box.
Yeah.
They have 6 down linemen with Davis. They are literally telling the Bears, throw the football, I fucking dare you. We don't want you to pound this rock. I mean, there's 4 guys just in the tackle box alone on the line of scrimmage. It's kind of that Campbell front again that we talked about last show. Plus, you got Chase Young now lined up on your tight end. You got Granderson outside of Durham Smythe here.
Yeah, Granderson, he's not even in the frame at the start of the play, but you can see his shadow. He's there. He's lurking.
This is the beauty of, again, zone versus duo, because duo thrives on double teams. If there's too many guys on the line of scrimmage, you can't get double teams. That's just base blocks. Then you're relying on your running back to make a read. Zone, you can go man for man, because zone blocking is a gap and then to a man.
Man, and this is where Wright is so valuable in the run game too. There's a lot of tackles in the league. You put Brian Brzee on the tackle, they're going to struggle to move him. Yeah. And Brian Brezee's not a monster, but he's 300 pounds, and a lot of tackles aren't used to moving 300-pounders.
Yep.
Darnell Wright has the power to just get him out of the way.
Throw him out the club, baby.
It's valuable. It's valuable, man.
It is. And what a block by Jonah Jackson climbing to Demario Davis on the second level. I mean, that's
everything hits. Everything hits on that right side. It's extremely well done.
And then Kyle Monangai sees space and goes, "Oh, I get to go run the ball." Whee! Rome gets a good block here too. Man.
I think this is the last play that we got.
Oh, 28's gonna die. You give Darnell Wright space, 28's gonna die.
Yeah.
Oh, poor chap.
And another great climb up from Jackson. They make that pile of shit right in the middle.
Yeah. And that's totally okay, man.
I mean, it's interesting that Jackson gets to climb here, because he's got the full man here, right? Wright is the one who's climbing.
Right.
But then Wright's punch on Brzee gets him so far over that Dalman is actually able to overtake it, and they're able to just crunch this thing.
Well, that's the beauty, though. Like, I think something that goes underappreciated about how the line blocks zone is when, like, if your linebacker is that tight to the interior guy, you can almost then treat it like inside zone, where you can worry about the double team. There's a term that the great Jim McNally uses. I believe it's like a sling block or something like that, where the lineman is, giving a shove to try and, just in an effort to help his offensive lineman get to the shoulder.
Right. Yeah.
And then
just
he's
to
climbing.
get the timing for him.
Yeah, and he's climbing. And when 28 moves outward, which, I mean, that ends up helping Darnell Wright on this play.
Yeah. Gives him a better angle.
This is just well blocked, man. And then, you create the pile of shit. Demario Davis gets lost in the sauce, and, he's able to ultimately make the tackle because he's Demario Davis and he's just like that. But this is 10 yards downfield already.
Yeah.
Q, did you know? I'm sure you did know this, but did you know this is the first time the Chicago Bears have had two running backs on at least 10 rush attempts average 6 yards per carry since 2017, when Jordan Howard and Tariq Cohen did it? And I believe that was that Steelers game.
It was.
In the overtime. I was at that football game, Q. Probably one of my favorite Bears games I've ever attended.
That would have been a nuts game to go to, because it was still early in the season. So you still had hope too.
You had hope.
It all went downhill for Foxy.
I think Glennon had 46 yards passing that day, and they won.
Dude, that is ultimate great game in a bad Bears season game. That's right up there. If
they were AFC
if
North,
you told me if you made me guess that that would have been one of my top 3 guesses of game, just because I remember it so vividly. I remember the Tariq Cohen run getting brought back in overtime, or it might have been a catch.
Stepped out of bounds. Yeah, because he stepped out of bounds when he cut it back. And then Jordan Howard on the next play ran it in. From 20 yards out. Yeah. It was awesome. That was a great game. I went with a Steelers fan too. That's kind of what made it even better.
Well, Ron, we're wrapping up here. Any thoughts you want to get out there before we close this thing out?
I love O-line play. I love doing these O-line shows with you, Q, and I love that our Bears offensive line is really fun to watch and dissect, because this is I can hear the TikTok voice in my head on repeat. This is a work of art. This is a work of art. That's what it feels like every single play with the Bears. Yeah, there's still some bad. That's inevitable. It's football. It's not going to be perfect all the time. That's what makes it beautifully chaotic. But, man, when you get good run blocking, you can see how this team was able to weather just not a great performance in the passing game, but the run game was so dominant. And they still come away with a convincing victory. They won by 2 possessions. A win by more than 7 points in the NFL is impressive. And the Saints had no hope. They had 2 good drives the whole game, and it was going into the half and coming out of the half. And that was it. Otherwise, this Bears team suffocated the Saints, and the run game was a large part of that. And you saw the big hogs up front, and they showed you why it was so suffocating on the ground.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think you nailed it. This was one of the better block games I can remember as a Bears fan.
Yeah.
And so was last week. Here we got the season long grades that I've got. The last 2 weeks are 2 of the best that I've seen doing this in 3 seasons of doing this now. The one question is at left tackle, and if there's a saying with O-line, if you only have one liability, you can manage it. And that's how it's starting to look. You only have one that you have to manage, and that is doable. Which we're seeing the result of right now. And so just I'll toss up the grades for this week. There's a lot of green.
We like
green. Of green there.
Green's good.
Even the run block survival rate and this is the percentage of fine or better grades weren't outstanding, but they had enough dominant in there that it makes up for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it only takes, we've seen it before. you can probably take 10 plays a game that are big plays that can dictate the pace and dictate a lot of outcomes of drives. And you can call those, like, if those are 8 or 10 dominant reps from your offensive line, you're going to win a lot of football games.
Yeah. I mean, when you have 2 guys posting over 80 grades in pass blocking, that's huge too. Because those are guys you can trust one-on-one over and over and over.
Well said.
But that is all we've got for this one. So we hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to like, subscribe, comment if there's anything in particular you want to see us talk about going forward, offensive line wise. And
definitely,
if you're listening in podcast form, we hope you enjoy these. Obviously, they're more video based, but if you enjoy them, make sure to give us a rating, because it is so hard to get podcast ratings in this world, and we could use them.
We sure could. I'll tell you what, if you're listening to this and just mentally trying to see what's going on, I give you a lot of credit, because I would be confused to shit.
People do, man. People do. Like we get a couple hundred listens on these every week, and like some of those are on Spotify where the video is up, but some of them are on Apple, and like there's no video on the Apple version. So we love it that you guys are just as big as sickos as we are, and just want to hear us talking ball.
Hear us talking O-line speak. It's a thing of beauty, Q.
But Ron, why don't we get out of here the only way we know how?
Bear down, baby.
Bear down.